The episode begins with Ishani tells Samir that she wants freedom from Shashwat as soon as possible. Samir tells her to fill out the petition form. Ishani agrees and leaves from there with Anurag. In the cafeteria, Anurag could not believe Shashwat agreed to a divorce so easily. Ishani tells him that Shashwat can do anything. Anurag feels Shashwat agreed to a mutual divorce to avoid alimony. Ishani tells him that they should go home before anyone sees them. Anurag tells her that she submitted a petition and she should not worry about thinking about what others will say. Ishani tells him that it's not easy for her to forget everything. Anurag asks her to trust him because he will heal her wounds. Ishani tells him that she trusts him. Anurag says he is in front of Ishani because of her. And it's their fight, not hers. Ishani gets afraid that she may increase Anurag's problems. Anurag asks her to not worry about him. He says God gave them another chance to unite. Ishani says she doesn't know. Anurag asks her what her heart says. Ishani says she stopped asking her heart because they can't win against fate. Anurag tells her that they can write their fate fighting against life. He says time changes, so Ishani should not have any negative thoughts. Ishani says she lost everything, so Anurag should understand her emotional state. Anurag says Ishani is really brave, but she doesn't realize that. Ishani says she is sad because Pihu misunderstood her. Anurag asks her to think about her happiness. He asks her whether she'll begin her life with him after divorce. Ishani says she did not think about that. Anurag says it seems like Ishani doesn't want him. Ishani asks him not to get angry because her mental trauma is not letting her think about all this. She asks whether Anurag met Pihu in the college. Anurag tells her that Pihu was glaring at him, which made him awkward. Ishani says Pihu is a kid. Anurag says Pihu is neither a kid nor immature, and he refuses to forgive Pihu for what she did with him. Pihu sees them and claps. Anurag and Ishani see Pihu. Pihu tells her friends that Ishani is her father's second wife, and Ishani is having an extramarital affair with Anurag. She asks Anurag whether he is not ashamed to do all this. Anurag warns Pihu not to cross her limits. Ishani asks Pihu how the latter is doing. Pihu says Ishani doesn't have the right to ask that. Ishani tells Pihu that she decided take a mutual divorce, and Shashwat agreed too. Pihu says Ishani could not wait to unite with Anurag. Ishani asks why Pihu is angry at her. Pihu says Ishani ruined her family. Ishani blames Nandini for everything. Pihu tells Anurag that Ishani can never become part of his life. The episode begins with Pihu says Ishani can't become part of Anurag's life. Never. Anurag asks her who she is to decide that. He advises her to focus on her life instead of his life. Ishani tries to talk to Pihu by touching the ladder. Pihu tells Ishani to shut up and pushes her. Anurag holds Ishani before she falls down. Hiles at Pihu in anger. He says Pihu can't behave with Ishani like this. Pihu leaves from there. On the other side, Shashwat tells Nandini that he arranged transfer papers. Rajdidi asks Shashwat what he'll do if he gives everything to Nandini then. Nandini asks whether Rajdidi doesn't trust her. Rajdidi says she did not say it like that. Shashwat tells his sister that he faced loss in business, so he needs Nandini's help. And also he doesn't want Ishani to get alimony. Nandini says Ishani is busy with Anurag, and Anurag will throw Ishani out of the house soon. Shashwat tells his sister that Ishani wants a mutual divorce, and he's glad he need not give alimony. Nandini says Ishani did not get a divorce yet but is staying in Anurag's house. and she is glad Ishani left their house. Rajdita says this is good news, and she claims Ishani left because of Nandini. She tells Shashwat that Ankita and Yash will stay in Ankita's house for a few days. Shashwat says Nandini is supporting him in his difficult situations. Rajdita says Ishani came as the daughter-in-law of this family, but ruined the family. And it happened because Ishani is not equal to their status. Pihu enters the house and locks herself in her room. Shashwat says Pihu went to college, so she would have met Ishani there. Nandini tells Shashwat that if this continues, then Pihu may go into depression. She hopes Pihu doesn't hurt herself. They go near Pihu's room. Pihu recalls Anurag's words. She says Anurag insulted her and made fun of her feelings because of Ishani. She feels Ishani never loved her, but used her. She regrets not seeing Ishani's real face, and she decides to never forgive Ishani. She thinks her death will take revenge on Ishani and Anurag. She eats sleeping pills. She says Anurag and Ishani can never stay happy. Meanwhile, Anurag's mother says Ishani completed the family, and she praises Ishani. She tells Anurag and Ishani that she will start their marriage preparations once the divorce happens. Ishani says she has not thought about that yet. Anurag's mother says it's a mutual divorce, so it will happen soon. Ishani says she wants to do the job. Anurag says that's a good plan. He asks her to study well and get a job. Anurag's mother tells them that marriage is important. She says Anurag loved Ishani only and waited for her, so Ishani should think about him. The episode begins with Anurag's mother saying her son always thought about Ishani only. Ishani gets shy hearing this. Anurag's mother talks about Ishani and Anurag's marriage. She says she can die peacefully if her son's marriage happens then. She asks Ishani not to worry about marriage preparations. Anurag tells Ishani that they will bring her mother home. Ishani says she will pat after getting divorced. Anurag tells her that they will get her home too. Ishani says she asked Anurag to help her, but he did not, so the bank took her home. And her mother went to the care center. Anurag's mother says Ishani married the wrong person. Anurag asks them, "Let's not talk about the past." Anurag's mother says she is waiting for the day when Ishani will become her daughter-in-law. On the other side, Shashwat asks Pihu to open the door. Nandini asks Pihu why the latter looked upset. She tells Pihu to come out and share the problem with him. Rajdita says now Ishani is not there to create problems for them. She tells Pihu that Ishani asked for a mutual divorce, so Ishani won't return home. Pihu thinks Ishani wants a mutual divorce to marry Anurag, but her death won't let Anurag and Ishani live peacefully. She tells her family to go, saying she wants to sleep. She thinks Anurag will realize her love is true after her death and cry. Shashwat says maybe Pihu is tired. Rajdita tells him that Pihu would have met Ishani and Anurag in the college. Shashwat says he won't spare them if they are responsible for Pihu's state then. Nandini says let Pihu take rest now, and they can take Pihu to a restaurant later. They leave from there. Pihu eats sleeping pills and tells her mother that she is sleepy. She tells God that she doesn't want to live. Anurag's mother asks whether Ishani is ready to marry Anurag. She says life is giving a second chance to Ishani, so she wants to know whether Ishani will accept that chance. Ishani says she did not marry Anurag because of fate. Anurag's mother tells Ishani to think about the present and future only. Ishani says she is scared to accept the happiness because she thinks she may lose that. She gets worried about how she is going to win against Shashwat. Anurag tells her that she will win because truth is on her side. Anurag's mother asks Ishani not to worry. She says she will cook. Ishani says she will cook. Later, Shashwat asks Pihu to open the door. He asks Rajdidi, "What if Pihu did something?" Rajdidi tells him that Pihu must be sleeping. Shashwat gets worried and says it doesn't look normal, and he doesn't want to lose Pihu. Nandini tells him that Pihu must be sleeping. Shashwat says Pihu is an emotional person and she is in trauma. That's why he is worried.